takes about 9 minutes in this particular rock. I've been anywhere from 6 minutes a foot, probably all the way up to like 25 minutes a foot.
Okay.
When I'm listening.
Are you ready?
You can start whenever you want, but you need to speak a little loud.
Okay.
Okay? When you feel like it.
All right. Here with Basilica Drilling, you're actually involved in a project that's going on over here. I believe this project's the 31st and 9th project, correct?
Yes, that's correct, 31st and 9th.
What's the main purpose of this? It's a deck over high-speed rail. Can you tell me a little bit about the project?
The foundation that we're putting in here is for a deck that they're going to put over the railroad tracks, and later they're going to be putting up the buildings in. The holes that we're drilling have a dual purpose. Some of them are for the foundation of the building, and some of them are for strictly the crane that's going to be put up to build the deck.
How many rock sockets do you have to drill?
On this side of the railroad tracks, there's about 40.
About 40, so there's probably a total of 80 overall for the project.
On the other side, they go further, so I believe they have about 80, so there's a lot more.
And what was the method that you guys picked for the rock drilling on this particular side?
A reverse circulation type of drilling, where we actually have a downhole hammer, a cluster hammer, and we have a system which keeps the dust, because that's very important on this job. It keeps the dust to a minimum, so that this way we can continue drilling without interrupting the railroad.
So there's no debris, anything flying on the high-speed rail while they're in transit?
No debris going on the railroad tracks whatsoever.
Okay. And what's your rough penetration rate? What are you typically getting per hour?
Depends on which type of rock I'm drilling in. For the most part, we have pegmatite here. I am drilling probably an average about 9 minutes per foot. I have been as low as 6. We did hit one section of schist that was weathered. I could go much faster than that. There have been times where I've hit a little bit of quartz, which slowed me down tremendously. I'm in the 20-something minutes per foot.
Are you guys on schedule?
Way ahead of schedule. Actually, very ahead of schedule.
Good. What's your overall preference? What's your thoughts within this is indeed a center rock, 48-inch reverse circulation, 10-hammer cluster drill, correct?
Yes.
And what's your overall thoughts, your opinion of the drill?
Well, in New York City, making dust is very important, and trying to keep a mess to a minimum could actually get us shut down, and that's very important to stay clean and to stay both on the job site and in the air. So with that, I can start drilling and almost immediately control my dust and control my cuttings. So I don't have to worry about the Department of Buildings coming and shutting me down. I don't have to worry about making a mess out in the street, and I don't have any problems at all with this type of drilling when it comes to my spoils or cuttings.
So you're basically picking the cuttings up right at impact, right at the base of the drill.
Immediately. The cuttings are immediately, they're cut and they're immediately on their way out through almost immediately enclosed inside the drill steel, and they're going into a certain area where we want it to go directly.
And you were actually drilling on the opposite side of the track with a competitor's tool. What was your thoughts, comparisons to both groups?
Well, they are so far behind schedule that they actually were given a little leeway in both the mess that they make and the depth of the holes, because they couldn't get it in time. Their holes have much larger error as far as location goes, whereas with this system here, once we start going, we have barely any error. We're right on the mark, and we put the holes in, and we'll have a nice vertical hole. Whereas as far as our competitors go, which happen to be my friends, they are not as good as this system.
And is the system picking the cuttings up at the
No,
base?
they do not pick the cuttings up until they're already in the hole 11 feet, which is a tremendous disadvantage, both in an environment where dust is very important for both the health of the people working, and it also makes a mess. And another advantage of this system over the others is time, because they have to drill down, they have to remove the cuttings by hand until they actually get down 11 feet into the rock. So of course, not only is it environmental issue, but it's also a time issue. We can, once we start drilling, that's it. I'm drilling until I'm down at the bottom of the hole. I don't have to stop. Whereas they're stopping, coming, and cleaning up all the time.
I have one final question for you. What do you suppose you and Basilica's overall thoughts are with Center Off in their tooling? Are you happy with their tooling? Are you discouraged? Is there anything that you would change?
Oh, I don't think there's a single person on the job, as far as those in authority or those actually doing the work, who don't think that this is a very good system. And especially since across the railroad tracks, its competitor, who is failing. I shouldn't say failing, but they're not doing as well as Center Rock's system.
Well, hey, thank you very much for taking the time to talk.
Thank you.